what's the real situation with home defense? So, in reality, with home defense, what should happen almost never happens. What I mean, what do most people do in their house? Mom and dad sleep in one room. Dad is the only person, if he has a gun, for home defense. Normally, he's the only person trained on how to use it well. Dad is the only person who has a gun. He hears something, or his wife hears something. He wakes up, gets the gun, and he's the person who leaves to go get the baby, the kid, whatever. This is the problem with society. So what should happen? Okay, your family should have 2, possibly 3. One that the man, the dad, the man, the husband, whatever you want to call him, one parent, in this house of the family, the parents, mom and mom, mom and dad, dad and dad, whatever you want to call it. The 2 people living together, raising the kid. So, because I'm going to keep messing up and saying it like this, I'm just going to use mom and dad, okay? And in that type of situation, dad's normally the person who trains with the gun. So, normal situation is, or the way it should happen, is the dad trains most with the gun. But he buys and trains his wife on how to use one. And then they leave a gun as their bed table gun. So that he has a gun that he has with him. Now, I do this badly. When I lived in Indiana, I had a gun. I always had a gun. When I was asleep, I had my Ruger LCP 22 LR. Not the best gun for self-defense, I know, but I was comfortable with it. I could use it well. Great. That gun had a safety. I always had that gun when I was asleep because I could turn on the safety and make it so that the gun was useless until after I pulled it. Okay, that's fine. But I was the only person in a family group of 4 who had a gun with him. If anything happened, and something happened before, that's why I bought myself a gun. We were threatened. I bought a gun because our neighbor told me he would hurt the men in the house. Okay? You really think I'm not gonna buy something? I was trying to find which gun was the best one to get. You don't think I'm gonna buy a gun when you say that? But anyway, so what should happen if we're living in a perfect world, other than having somebody break into your house? You should have a gun that the dad has. The husband has a gun. When something happens to make them scared for their and the family's safety, he should go with the wife. Both have a gun This is the way that I would do it if I could. I would have both husband, wife and husband with a holster. When something happens, the husband tells the wife, gun, she, click, or stick, or whatever. Now she has a gun ready. The husband has his gun in hand, ready. Both walk quietly to the door. Go from that room to the baby's room and stay there with the guns ready to protect everyone in the same room. Because no one appears to keep their loved ones in the same room with them. So anyway, that's what should happen. It doesn't. But anyway, now, you are maybe wondering, why did you mention those 2 or 3 things about a shotgun at the start of the video and not mention it again? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because there's things about that are not good. For example, a very common myth with shotguns. I'm doing that wrong. Shotgun is you don't have to shoot. You just have to. I wouldn't. Like I said, I described to you what I think should happen. A shotgun, racking a shotgun, has nothing to do with that. But why do I think that that's a bad idea? Well, imagine this. Everywhere around right now is dark. Like this. It's all dark. In the middle of the night. I can't see. Maybe a little bit from lights on the street outside. I can't see. The person who broke into the house, maybe he can see a little bit better. I don't know. I would have to wait for my eyes to become accustomed to the darkness before I can see enough to know exactly what's happening. But what do you not want to happen? The person who's trying to hurt you, trying to rob you, to notice where you are. So why would you? Okay. Let's say that this robber knows the sound of a shotgun and knows that you have one. Okay. Now, something you have to remember or know. A shotgun is hard to use if you don't practice. And most people don't. First. Second, shotguns have a concept called spread. Because they out 9 or more pellets that are roughly the size of a 9mm, they make, if you shoot with a 9mm, you have 1. With a shotgun, you have 9 or more in the same thing. Okay. Well, here's the problem. Guess approximately how big that is. Amazingly, about like that. Now, that was not shotgun ammo. Those are ball bearings from like a bicycle tire. But same idea. If you shoot, most of the time, you're gonna have something, the not so enjoyable reality is if you fire with a shotgun, the size of your is about this. Just a little bit bigger in comparison with something like this. Now, I know someone in the comments will say that 9mm is exactly 9mm wide. Yes, I understand that. I was using the ball bearing as an example. Something like that compared to that is not much bigger, is the reason I'm saying that. People think this is what happens. You have this, boom, about this, which this is probably a little bit more than 1 inch. Okay? Most people, if they're using a shotgun, the best that will happen, this. Well, here's the problem. My body is approximately the same size. And that size is what you get when you shoot a shotgun from far away. Normally, from what I've heard, normally about 30 yards. That's yards, not feet. Okay? So what does that mean? You're not gonna do this. Nah, you have to aim. And if you don't practice, you're gonna do this. Boom! Oh, I missed. Oh no, the person I was trying to shoot now has his gun. Now I'm down. Yeah. Then you have the other problem, and that is boom. Compared to boom, which is normally what happens. Boom compared to boom. This is a lot more easy to keep down here. So boom, 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 boom. More easy to control. Excuse me. Just the reality. Don't use a shotgun if you're not going to use it the way that it was meant to be used. So I hope you don't hate me for this video. Please keep the comments polite, and I will see you in the next video, and happy trails.